Good morning. My name is Yeshi Timke, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm just going to say this, my storage is low. So I'm praying to make it to 5 minutes, but if I don't, I'm going to do my best solid 2.5 to 3 minutes that I can. So I'm mama to a 6 year old. So before I even begin on talking about me, we are automatically movers and makers when we are parents. Even when we don't always feel like it, we are always movers and makers. So I'm constantly dancing, constantly making things, constantly thinking of resourceful ways to make sure that I'm always encouraging her creations. As for me, I grew up with an educator for a mom, so I was fortunate enough to see a lot of theater growing up. A lot of teachers get discounts on Broadway shows and off Broadway shows, and that was my introduction to the world of theater, where I saw how costume, lighting, set design all came together to create this imaginary place and space, where these characters came alive. And little did I know, that it would kind of lend to a lot of the things that I became involved in as an adult. See, I'm just trying to think of where to start. So I took dance as a child, but really like freeform and just like to go out and hear different DJs and dance. My sister is my dance partner, and because she's in Phoenix, I don't go out as much, but I do dance at home. I paint. My weapon of choice as far as mediums is acrylics. I really enjoy it. I took a class undergrad, and it just opened this other door of just a new medium to create in. And I have a love of textiles, and that definitely ended up showing up through my work. I also, for a long time, worked as a costume and wardrobe stylist, and that in turn, explains the influence of theater. I just love the opportunity to create characters through wardrobe. And for me, the best projects were the ones where we didn't have a lot of resources, where I had to borrow vintage pieces from friends or some of my own collection to create something really beautiful aesthetically. And I remember me and some friends many years ago went to Philly because they had this vintage market, I think down South Street. And we packed bags of all of our different accessories and clothes, and we had disposable cameras, and we styled each other and took pictures. And it was just really interesting when we got the pictures back to see the differences of our style and what we found to be beautiful and what we wanted to accentuate on each other. I also had the opportunity to work as support, being a personal assistant and wardrobe for two recording artists for about 6 years, like in my 20s. So it was great school, a great indoctrination into how music can really impact the world and kind of break barriers as far as culture and language. I saw cities shut down for the sake of music. And it was just really a powerful experience for me to go somewhere where the language is, you don't speak the language, but they know every word of your songs. And just to see how much they really appreciated the music. Whereas in New York, I feel like we're sometimes so spoiled because every night of every day of the week, you can go somewhere and see live music. So I don't think we're always appreciative, but if you're in a small town like in Denmark, where they don't get this very often, it's like, it's the event of the year. So, and a lot of my gifts, the things that I've been given from other people, really it's music. Because I think for every moment in life, there's a song, a breakup, birth, happy occasions, not so happy occasions. There is a song that was either playing around you or one that you were just compelled to listen to. So music is really important for me. I also sing. I have a friend who produces kind of electronic. I can't even pigeonhole it. We just make music, and it's reflective of all of our inspirations, whether it's Afro Caribbean beats, whether it's Latin beats, whether it's 80s, whether it's electronic, ambient, whatever. We just make it, and I go in and make noise, and we keep what we love, and what we don't, we just scrap it. And that's been an amazing process to be a part of too. I just feel as we get older, it's really important to continue to play. You know, we should never stop playing. I think that's what ends up keeping us young. I'm trying to think, did I leave anything out? And just the opportunity to study something of this nature is really exciting for me because I don't have to give anything up. I ultimately want to have a practice that is centered in talk therapy, but where I can incorporate alternate healing modalities, such as healing nutrition, meditation, yoga, as well as expressive arts to give people other means of coping and to ultimately encourage them to become their own healer. I made it to 5:59 and my phone didn't cut off. I'm so happy. So I'm really excited to meet everyone. I know this was a mouthful. I'm sorry if I was